want to first of all thank you all for coming this morning. Some of you will be aware, others may not. We've got a commitment on this project to support 250 people back into employment, of which 25 were to be apprentices. And in the first year, working with the Employment Access team, Carillion training and all of our subcontractors, we achieved 25 in the first year. So now our aspiration is to achieve 25 each year, and we're on 41 at the moment as a total, so we're making really good progress this year. I mean, we've got this commitment to achieve 250 employment opportunities on the project, so reaching the 100th person back into employment is really significant for us, and obviously it's only the second year of the project. We've already achieved over 41 apprenticeships, which is exceeding the target that we've stated of 25. So we're feeling very positive, and it's really great to be involved in a project like this. We're also a National Skills Academy, and the benefit we feel of that is it really enhances that offering of that 250 and the 25. By being a skills academy, we've been able to offer MVQs on site, skills for life training, and also get out into the wider community, schools, universities and recruitment agencies, and explain to them what construction is in the modern day. It's not just bricklaying and carpentry. You can work in everything from media across to project management and almost anything really. So there's a lot of opportunity there. We also believe on our part that getting people into employment is almost the start of the journey really, rather than the end. Once we've got people into employment, we need to upskill them so that they can remain in employment and they're given the tools that they need to progress. So for me, I think there's three reasons why we're here celebrating this success today. The first one is the culture of this project. The second one is the collaboration, working with the Employment Access team, all of our subcontractors, EMCOR, Titan Ceilings, and all of those other agencies that we work with across the city, WMCCE, the National Skills Academy, Business Action on the Homeless, to name but a few. And finally is the commitment of everybody here and everybody on the project to make sure that these targets aren't just aspirations, they become a reality.
I was delighted to be asked to come here today to celebrate the 100th person into employment and the new trade apprentices, some of whom are here today from EMCOR, joining the Library of Birmingham project. And I think this is a really exciting time for Birmingham in terms of construction. We've got the New Street Gateway project ongoing, we've got the Library of Birmingham £193 million project ongoing. We're soon to start the city centre interchange and the city centre metro extension. We hope that the extension to Birmingham runway will soon be on board, and most of these projects, if not all of them, will be finished by 2015. So that's going to be a really exciting time. One of my major challenges is the worklessness and skills agenda in Birmingham. We know that Birmingham is one of the worst core cities in terms of unemployment and in terms of worklessness. Carillion, supported by the Employment Access team, were awarded the highly acclaimed National Skills Academy for Construction status and Demonstration Project status, meaning that the project is recognised as a model of excellence and good practice in the construction industry, helping to raise the skills levels of the workforce.
What I want to do today is really to commend Simon Dingle and the Carillion team that has really, with unwavering commitment, actually supported Birmingham City Council in our partnership to not only bring forward a fantastic structure right into the heart of Birmingham, but actually commit to bringing wider community regeneration benefits to this city.
When we started out on this journey, I was absolutely adamant that we wouldn't just erect a fabulous, iconic building in the centre of Birmingham, which will be available for everybody to see, not only on the Birmingham stage, but nationally and hopefully internationally. But what we wanted to achieve from this was some wider community regeneration benefits through the build process right up until 2013. For us, this was about engaging with Carillion, who've become a tremendous partner to help us deliver our aspirations on tackling unemployment and particularly attracting young people into the construction sector and being able to be trained either as new entrants or people who are underemployed or even who had not thought of a career within construction previously. But what this building does is absolutely call out to those people and say, everything's possible. We have jobs through our partnership with Carillion, we were able to secure 250 jobs throughout the life of this development. And today we're here celebrating the 100th person into employment in 2011, which is a tremendous achievement for our partnership.
Unfortunately, Leon's had to shoot off, but I'm going to say a few words about him. I'll probably get away with saying more now that he's not here. So, Leon came to us on a 2-week placement, which was through Business Action on the Homeless, and he spent 2 weeks here and impressed so much that at the end of it, we got his CV and we passed that on to the Employment Access team, who got him to register through their process. And then about a month later, there was an opportunity that came up with Type and Ceilings, which Sue and her team thought that Leon might be suitable for. Leon applied, and along with 8 other candidates, was called for interview here on site. And following the interview, we were thrilled when he was offered the position. When I spoke with Leon and Paul last week, one of the comments that Leon made, and I'll just read it out, was, "I've never been in this position before where I can look to the future. I'm just going to take each day as it comes because it's such a new experience." And that's fantastic. And I think a huge credit to him and to Type and Ceilings for developing him and supporting him. So I've got a certificate for Leon, which I'm sure Paul will accept on his behalf. So great news, and if you can pass it on to him, I don't know if you want to say a few words.
I know Leon's had to leave work today shortly, but I know he's very, very, very proud of what he's achieved here, and certainly us as Type and Ceilings are extremely proud of him, and there's a way forward for him. There's a great future for him here, and it's just great. It's great to have him on board, even if he wasn't this 100th person. He's been a diamond of a kid, and he's brilliant. Great. Thank you very much.
For about 12 months before I joined the site, I was mainly unemployed, but also doing quite a bit of agency work, sort of a week here and a week there, but most of the time I was unemployed. I was looking for something that more permanent and long term, but because of my previous work history, which has mainly been agencies, I was finding it hard to get full-time work. But then I heard about a scheme that was run by the Employment Access team in Birmingham, in conjunction with Carillion, where helping sort of people that were in my situation get back into full-time work. I completed the course, spent 2 weeks on site doing some voluntary work. Then I heard that Type and Ceilings were advertising for a labourer. Applied for the job, done the interview, and with the help of the voluntary work I'd done with Carillion already, it helped me get into full-time. I was offered a full-time position, and now I'm in full-time work on the new library.
So now we're on to the 6 apprentices, so I'll hand over to Vicky.
Lovely, thank you. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I'm Vicky Hollingsworth and I work for EMCOR Engineering Services. The clue's in the name really. EMCOR stands for Electrical Mechanical Corporation, and whilst we've been on the project, we've obviously been installing the mechanical and electrical service. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Ian Greensill, our regional director, to come up and present me with a certificate and a voucher.
Thank you. Okay, Liam Johnson.
I just finished my first year at college and I applied for it, obviously like the rest of them, and then I got it and then just voucher for it.
Peter Madden.
I was working in a garden centre, but they weren't that great, so I just wanted to get a trade.
Peter Kane.
For EMCOR I was working for a year in a newsagent, but I wanted more practical work, so I joined EMCOR.
Jeff Pugh. I'll get you back later.
Before working at EMCOR, I was doing another apprenticeship at a place called Carter Retail Equipment, which make refrigerators and stuff. It was in electrical engineering, so luckily I've come on the job and knowing how to do things, and I did my year at college before, so I've never really been out of work, but been easy for me, but I know for some people it's very hard to get a job, so I'm very grateful that it's always fell in place for me.
That's good.
Jack Beard. You've been on radio this morning.
Before I started with EMCOR, I wasn't doing anything. I was unemployed and I was looking for work, but it's really hard to find a full-time job at 17. So luckily I found this apprenticeship with EMCOR. It's all right now.
Josh Massey. Come on. Josh is the
Before I started with EMCOR, I was doing 2 years at college, getting my A-levels. Since starting with the company, I've learnt skills on a trade, been more practical, I'm learning on my job, and it's just much more of an enjoyable experience, but I guess that's during the summer. We'll wait for the winter and the snow.
I'd just like to wish all 6 of you probably 40-something years a really good career in economy, so I hope it all works out well for 6 of you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Well, by the end, we hope for the 250. That's still the aspiration, so maybe we'll have more, but we're certainly targeting 25 apprentices per annum now, rather than 25 over the whole project. So hopefully we'll have 75 by the end of the project, which should be fantastic. And as I said earlier today, I think the thing for us is getting people into work is just the start of that journey. It's upskilling them and making sure that they've got the tools they need to remain in employment and to progress. And so by providing them with the MVQ support and the skills for life, I think that's really helpful as well.
Oh, it's great. It's a good site to work on, and yeah, it gives you something to sort of get up in the morning.